second a countdown, which is actually the first ever countdown that I ever. And challenge myself to that. Why not? Firstly, the is the plants. Brilliant. Magnificent. Now, keep in mind that we will go from least favorite to all-time favorite. And only one class and only one character will be representing each class. I also decided to add myself some background music to make it more interesting. May the countdown begin! Number 7, Rose. To me, she's the worst class ever, in my versatile opinion. I don't intend any disrespect whatsoever to all you Rose fans out there. I do not intend any disrespect whatsoever. However, it is versatilely clear that she is number 1, low on health. She doesn't have too much health. 2, she is somewhat weak. Weaker than most plants I've seen. Her attacks are actually bound to be incredibly annoying. Some of those attacks which I disgust for good. And she's actually relatively weak. Not much to say about her anymore. Moving on. Number 6. Cactus. Although not really a frontline fighter in the game, Cactus is actually somewhat powerful, using her long range to their greatest advantage. However, due to her slow firing speed, with exception of Bandit Cactus and every other node, she is actually strong long range but relatively weak close up. Using only her potato mines to actually rely on the objective goal. Since this game's pretty much over, I will continue this on the next game. Good show, zombies. Good show. Number 5, Citron. Okay, before you actually disgust me, let me clear something out. I don't hate the Citron. But to me, he is actually severely overrated. Not really having a specific feature that makes him exclusively special. Sure, he can use his speed to its greatest. However, he can be teamed up very easily when he's outnumbered. This here's the Toxic Citron variant. As you can see, this game is actually starting to become a bit more fair. His EMP ability is his most powerful ability, in which he can stun zombies for a few seconds, as well as do some damage to them, and even lasting the longest on mechs. Due to his peel shield being only proving cover for the front, his weakness is teammates. Meaning that if he is faced by way too many zombies at once and those zombies are flanking him, he is likely to die quickly. Or if the zombie is actually stronger than him and can take out the shield way quicker. As you can see, he got killed by Missile Madness. Moving on to number 4, Chomper. Not much of a surprise that he actually made it this far. Well, to me, it is downright surprising. Before, he used to be by far my least favorite class in the game. He proved to be relatively useless, and his lack of range made him a horrible class. That was until the introduction of the new and commonly used Yeti Chomper, which actually has range, and the introduction of the range Chomper ability, Chomp Cannon. As you can see, the plants barely won, almost won by 2 points. The chopper actually got the Vanquish monster. Continuing the countdown. Number 3. Colonel Corn. Alright, I have to say, I am downright surprised that Colonel Corn actually made it into my top 3. He is strong, though somewhat slow in movement, but extremely powerful. Extremely, especially when you get to use his abilities good enough. Or if you're highly experienced playing as him. This may ultimately end in a decisive victory for the opponents, as they have a score of 13 while the zombies have 6 and counting. As you can see, he got killed by the engineer here. The plants are halfway there in their victory. All they need is 25 more Vanquishers. Number 2, Pea Shooter. I will be honest. Pea Shooter, back when I first played this game, Pea Shooter rose through the ranks as my favorite class of all time, which he actually used to be my favorite class of all time, until being surpassed just shortly after becoming my top favorite plant at the time. Despite the zombies' attempts to win, the plants overcame them. Now, for my number one favorite plant of all time. You may already guess to the song, huh? Sunflowers. I have to say, Sunflower really is something else. First played in Garden Warfare 1, there's a huge reason as to why Sunflowers came so high and literally surpassed every other plant, even pea shooters. I must say, first, they're low health, but intense attack rate. A complete honorable mention from me is this flower that I am right now, Vampire Flower. She rose through the ranks and ultimately became my favorite plant of not only Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, but also the franchise. And not to mention, this vampire, this vampire flower, vampire imp, Baron von Bat's vampire zombie, ancient vampire, and vampire are the only zombies based on vampires. That's what made her something special. Those were my favorite plants, my favorite plant classes. Now, moving on to the moneymakers here. Zombies. I am going to be strictly honest. I prefer the zombies more than the plants. Main reason? They they have better technology, but they have the disadvantage of being somewhat stupid. So we're gonna review each and every zombie class to see who is number one. Now I had a little bit of a hard time choosing who would start this off, and I'm afraid I'm gonna have to start this off with that beard. Sorry, my friend. Sorry about this. But I'm completely positive that I will not lie. Plants are amazing, but zombies have the upper edge in terms of technology. Captain Deadbeard is highly special. While I don't like him as much as others, he is the one of only 2 classes in the game that actually have both range and melee attacks. Well, melee counts as close range. Just a little bit of a hinting information. How did that happen? Moving on to number 6. All-Star. I do not have anything criticizing about the All-Star, but his completely slow movement speed, while given the upper hand of being powerful, they lack speed. While, however, they can use the sprint tackle and or the ultra tackle to actually cause inexplicable amounts of mayhem. somehow this team emerged victorious by 1 point. Moving on to number 5. Engineer. I like him. I have nothing bad to say about him. However, he has some negative traits. Firstly, he doesn't have much, you know, much attack, but he is more of a support class than anything. Engineers can be very annoying in any way possible. Especially if you're Chomper. Since the Sonic Grenade can easily uproot you. As well as stun you for a few seconds. However, unlike the if only they added a new ability for the engineer that could allow the Sonic Grenade to do damage. That would have been a huge step, and would have gotten engineer far higher than number 5. Sorry, my dear friend. Moving on to number 4. The hero. The hero is downright among the strongest class in the game. His distinguishable actions actually come from the ability to actually attack both range and melee. Melee with the heroic fists and melee with the heroic beam. Moving on to number 3. The Imp. Imp, to me, is actually somewhere comparable to I guess your average fan imp, or exploding imp if you will, or if you prefer. But he has a special ability that really makes him stand for any other. Which will be deployed in a minute. And that is VMech. VMech increases the imp's health by roughly 275. It gives him a way stronger attack. A relatively useful trick you can try to do. As you eject from your mech, you can actually try to deploy your gravity grenade to pull your plant enemies into the mech and get a vanquish. Although this trick is not always accurate, so beware. As you can see right there, this trick is not really accurate and not recommended by those who have poor aim. At least I'm not one of them. Moving on to number 2, the Soldier. Soldier actually stands out for a few records in this. Firstly, he holds the record for highest streak in Garden Warfare 1, which ended up being a rough streak of 20. And now, for my top favorite zombie class in the game. You may have already guessed. Since this, come on. This is elimination. What else do you expect, huh? Coming in number 1 is none other than the scientist. Now, most of you professional Plant vs. Zombies players may be surprised that my 2 top favorite classes in each team are both none other than the healers. You all may be wondering why. Well, it's probably because I have more experience downright as healers than any other class in game. Scientist has a lot of versatile tricks and abilities you can use to just the one I have here is the energy ward. The scientist is best known for healing and reviving his teammates. However, that doesn't mean that he can get serious when the situation calls for it. His main attack, his primary weapon is more like a shotgun than anything. Being a shotgun type of class, scientists are most effective close range. However, certain scientists, like the astronaut, are adequately equipped to deal with long range. Well, that was my top 10 countdown video special. My countdown video special. I really hope all of you have enjoyed this video. And I really hope that the two of us the two of us, we can maybe cross paths one day. But who knows? Anyways, this has been my countdown special. My name's Prince Porgy, and I am signing out.